Hi babies! A new report published by the Canadian Centre for Ethics in Sport has clarified that biomedical factors do not pose an advantage in trans women versus cis women in elite sports. It rather suggests social factors such as access to training and nutrition play a much larger role. Now, we've all heard the charges and the myths going around, oh, trans women have a physical advantage over cis women, so they need to be banned from sports. It's just not true. There's no scientific evidence to back that up. For example, in the 2008 and 2012 Olympics, the United States' women's team brought home more gold medals than the men did. And the Team USA, women's Team USA, has won a total 253 gold medals. Would you like to know how many of those were transgender women? Take a guess. How many, transgender women with all their advantages? How many do you think they won? 0. 0. None. Not one. Zilch. 9. Absolutely not any. All 253 Olympic gold medals won by Team USA's women's team were cisgender women. So where's this advantage trans women have? There's more transgender athletes in the Olympics than there ever has been. How come they're not winning these gold medals? There is in fact only been one Olympic gold medalist who identifies as trans, and that was just a female-born, non-binary person, not even on hormones. A Canadian soccer player, Quinn, not a transgender female, just a non-binary woman-born woman. That's it. Why's all these transgender women dominating sports? Where are they? Now, obviously, there are biological differences between cis men and cis women, and some of these differences obviously give cis men certain advantages over cis women, and we'll get to that. The problem is when you apply these advantages of cis men onto trans women, which this report has found most studies done on this between 2011 and 2021, most studies and research done on advantages of trans women over cis women have actually fudged their data. They've actually used the data of cis men and compared that with cis women and said, oh look, here's all the advantages trans women have over cis women. Just for example, one of the advantages cis men have over cis women is hemoglobin. Cis men have more hemoglobin than cis women. This carries, hemoglobin is an oxygen carrying protein which carries oxygen to your muscles when they're active, giving your muscles the power they need. However, after 4 months of testosterone suppression, a transgender woman's hemoglobin is similar, often even lower than that of a cis woman, the average cis woman. The same goes for testosterone levels. Often a trans woman's testosterone is actually lower than that than the average females. Never mind the average female athletes, who, by the way, the average female elite athlete has higher than average testosterone than the average female. So what advantage does a trans woman have against them, especially post-gonad removal? Here's a race between two transgender athletes. One is a trans woman, labelled female here, and one is a trans man, the one labelled male. And as we can see, the trans man is performing better than the trans female. So where are these biological advantages of the trans woman coming into play here? Why is the trans man beating her? Yeah, the trans man with all his biological disadvantages, so-called biological disadvantages, why is he not losing? Hell, but panda, my bone density. The reporters found that this is actually not sex dimorphic. Bone density is more linked to your socio-economic position. For example, females tend to eat less red meat than males. Your red blood cell count. Your red blood cell count is a huge factor in athletic performance. But after 4 months of testosterone suppression, your red blood count plummets. Absolutely plummets, and with it, so will your athletic abilities. But panda, your height advantage. I'm 5'10". Here's an international women's basketball player. She's 7'2". Where's my height advantage? She's 7'2". This is a cis female, by the way. 7'2". Where's my height advantage? The problem with using height is female athletes across gender tend to be taller than average. They're taller than you, they're taller than me. Most cis female athletes are taller than you. And me. So if I went into the female Olympics as a trans woman, I'd actually be shorter than most of the cis female athletes there. Where's the advantage? Athletes tend to be higher, they're taller than average anyway. There's no height advantage between trans women athletes and cis women athletes. Their height tends to be around the same, the report found. Eric Villain, a geneticist at the University of California who specializes in gender-based biology, says to their knowledge, no transgender women have competed internationally at an elite level, and asks the same question I did. If trans women have these advantages, then why aren't they at the top of the elite sports? A 2015 performance study on a small pool of 8 women found that their race times slowed after transitioning from male to female, and the results showed that they have absolutely no advantage over cisgender women. I'll put the links to these reports in the description down below. They're quite big and long, too long to go through in a short video like this. So I'll put the links in the description so you can go take a look yourself. To summarise, the report says that most studies done on this use incorrect data. They use data of cis males and then apply it onto trans women. They don't even use the data of actual trans women, at least not the data of athletic trans women. So where's all the fear mongering and panic and concern trolling about trans women in sports coming from? Well, it's just that good old place, misogyny. It's fragile males with their fragile masculinity, the fear of something they don't understand. Oh, they're coming for our women. They're coming for our women. We must protect the delicate little sensitive women. Oh, they need our protection because I'm a big strong man. I need to feel important because I have a small penis. Mate, your pee-pee is small, it's teeny tiny. You ain't got no women to protect. Loser. Zippity.